Yeah.
As someone who's been studying cancer for decades now, do you think that's a kind of fair analogy?
Oh, I think it's a really good analogy. I think, but it's hard, you know.
It is hard.
We are confronted now with food sources in abundance. Our exercise levels are far, far lower than they were when we evolved as a species. This whole way we live, sitting in traffic, in front of computers, with minimal exercise, chowing down on poorly nutritious, high carbohydrate foods. I mean, over years, little kids can do this because your body is strong and healthy. But man, you do that for 30 years, and it just it crushes you down.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of all these exposures and the lifestyle that we have, and it cuts across racial and different groups. I mean, clearly it's a common. Once that Western diet lifestyle enters into a population, all of a sudden you see the onset of these chronic diseases. It's very clear. So that never existed.
Yeah.
Previous. So you know what it is. But what in the diet and lifestyle specifically is responsible for one of these chronic diseases? As you said, they're all linked in one way or another. And that linkage, in my mind, has to do with the way we generate energy within our cells, and the consequences of what happens to the body through this chronic assault year in and year out, decade in, decade out.
Yeah, we're going to get into the details here because I think it's really important. And I think certainly for long-time listeners of my podcast, I hope there's a real awareness that actually the way we live our lives, the choices we make, the behaviors we engage with each and every day, over time they build up and they increase our risk or decrease our risk of getting sick in the future.